everyone, like Omega 96.1 here with another video. Well, folks, as I'm recording this, today has been 100 years of the Walt Disney Company. Now, you're probably wondering, what 100th anniversary am I talking about? Well, on October 16th, 1923, the Walt Disney Company opened its doors for business. And even to this very day, people still talk about Disney. Whether their favorite Disney cartoon and movie, or favorite Disney attraction, favorite Disney character, or favorite Disney song, or anything that's related to Disney. Now, for me in particular, I love Disney. I do. And as a kid growing up, I still love Disney. And even to this very day, I still watch anything that's Disney. My favorite Disney movies, my favorite Disney cartoon, even watching some of Disney right along. Now, on my channel, I talked about Facts of the Haunted Mansion, my virtual ride-through. I toasted Mickey Mouse. I toasted the Magic Kingdom's 50th anniversary, and anything else in between. So, on this channel, or pretty much in particular, for today's video, I will be talking about my first time down to Walt Disney World. So, sit back, relax, and keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the ride at all times as I talk about my first time down to Walt Disney World. As I previously stated in my favorite Disney attractions video, to which you can find in the description down below, my first time down to Florida was in 1997, right around when James Cameron's Titanic was about to be released. And yes, BTW, I have watched James Cameron's Titanic multiple times. Love the movie. Now, I went down to Walt Disney World when I was a year old with my older brother, my father, and my mother. Now, like kids growing up, we were introduced to Disney at a very young age. And yes, my mother has photos of every souvenir, her photo we've taken there, photos with the characters, and even maps of the park. And yes, they're in a scrapbook. So, yeah, there's that. Now, during that time, in 1997, there were only 3 theme parks. And even a visitor's store plaza. Now, there was the Magic Kingdom, Epcot, spelled E-P-C-O-T, and MGM. That was Hollywood Studios' original name. Yeah, I know, get your Mickey's got your money joke out of the way. So, yeah. And my family and I, we've been riding every attraction, like if it's the Haunted Mansion or Pirates of the Caribbean, or It's a Small World, Jungle Cruise, or even Journey to Imagination. The first incarnation, not the second incarnation or the current one at the time. And even to this very day, and still growing up, I still watch anything that's Disney. Oh, and somewhere down the line, I may do a video of my favorite Disney movie, and yeah. And don't worry, I've already done a list of my favorite Disney attractions, to which you can find in the description down below. So yeah, there's that. Now, even to this very day, I still learn about famous attractions over the years. There's like Space Mountain, Big Thunder Mountain, now the defunct Splash Mountain. And yes, I will tell about that somewhere in the video, so keep an eye out. And yeah, I never liked character reaction. It's like, or interactions, my mistake. Because I thought they pretty much just jumped out of the TV or even the screen. And yes, embarrassing story coming up. When I was staying outside of the Disney theme park, when they did a character dine-in, and I actually hid under the table and refused to come out. I am not kidding. So, yeah, that's an embarrassing story that I got out of the way. Now, another thing, and this was in one of my family's scrapbook, that Minnie was there, and I was pretty much a kid at the time, and I had my hand on her nose because I didn't want any part of it. True story. And I'm pretty sure I just butchered that story, so yeah. Well, and you pretty much heard about what I did related to the mansion and why I didn't go on it. Well, so in 2010, and I conquered my fear, and to that very day, I fell in love with the mansion. And I still love learning about the facts of the mansion. Like, did you know that the face, do you know Madame Leota? The face of her is that of Leota Toombs, one of the Imagineers in charge of the mansion. But the voice, however, is done by none other than Eleanor Audley. That's right, the same lady who did Lady Tremaine in Cinderella, Maleficent in Sleeping Beauty, and many other things along the way. So yeah, there's that. Also, well, related to the Haunted Mansion, in Phantom Manor during the development, they actually brought in Vincent Price to do not only the narration, but also the Phantom's narration. They did it first in English, but when he did his French narration, the fans simply didn't like it. So they actually got a, a French gentleman, and I don't know his name, and I'm terribly sorry if I butchered his name. And so I apologize to all my French viewers out there. And disclaimer, I don't speak French. I am sorry. Okay? I'm sorry. And with that being said, they kept his laugh when it comes to the Phantom. And yes, his laugh. Now you're probably wondering, was there inspiration to it? There is actually. Remember in Michael Jackson's Thriller at the end of the video when Michael Jackson looks around, he's got those yellow eyes, he's in those cat eyes, and you hear his laugh at the end? That's him. That was the inspiration for the Phantom, that deep, guttural belly laugh from Vincent Price. And yes, even to this day, it still gives me goosebumps. And I can still feel it. And even talking about it gives me goosebumps. So, yeah, there's that. And yes, I did hear that. I know that Iger is back. So, Mr. Iger, if you're watching this, good to have you back, buddy. Miss you. And yes, I love Disney. And I will continue to love Disney. And I will continue to love Disney. So, yeah. So, that said, somewhere down the line, I may do my favorite Disney movie along the way. So, yeah, so keep an eye out. So, with that said, let us raise a glass to the Walt Disney Company. To the Walt Disney Company, may you continue to grow and prosper for many years to come. Jindan. So, yeah, that's my That's my story of my favorite Disney attraction. Well, I wouldn't say that's it, because there's pretty much more stories down the way. Like, here's another one, and this is related to Snow White. When Disney was doing the Main Street Electrical Parade, we were in Frontierland, and we were watching the parade go by. And my little brother and I, we were there. Excuse me for that. And we were just pretty much blowing kisses to every Disney female character. But when Snow White came up, and I am not kidding, she blew me a kiss. And I was recording this at the time. And she came up to me and said, "I blow you a kiss, where's mine?" So I went like this, and she was on her way. I am not kidding. This is 100% true. And yes, I was recording the Main Street Electrical Parade at the time, and I said, I'm pretty much on camera. Oh, that was embarrassing. And so I deleted the footage, and I refused to speak of it. And yes, it was all true. So in 16, and after I got over my thing about Snow White, and then learning about everything about the production of the movie, and yes, I've seen the movie, still love it, hands down. I managed to get a picture of Snow White with my aunt, and I even got footage. And yes, she did have footage of it, and I asked her if I could post her video of me with Snow White on my channel, and she said yes. So yeah. And yes, I still watch Snow White, and I watch a princess film. Don't judge. Hey, I see you right down in the comment section. Don't judge. And hey, who here has watched Disney princess movies growing up? Let's see some hands. Come on, put your hands up. Come on, don't be shy. Don't bother trying to hide it. Don't you try to. Hey. I see you back there. Yeah, I see you. Don't bother trying to hide it. Put it up. Come on. Put it up. Yeah, that's it. All the way up. All the way. All the way. There you go. There you go. There you go. So, yeah, many of us have seen Disney princess movies growing up. In fact, I have some personal favorite, as to which I will talk about in another video. So, with that said, that concludes today's video. What's your favorite Disney story? Please tell me in the comment section down below. And if you enjoyed this video, and if you want to see more or like this, please feel free to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe to my channel, and turn on the bell notifications so that way you can be notified if I upload the next video. And check out the other videos I have done in my channel. And as always, this is LEGO Mega 96-1 signing off.